The blockchain is here and traditional banks are starting to adapt. And what next for Bitcoin? We're joined by Jan Brzezek from Crypto Finance. He's the CEO and founder. Jan, thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you in our studio.
Thank you very much for having me.
What are your current thoughts on Bitcoin and crypto in general, and where do you think it's going?
I mean, 2 years ago we started at 1,000. We moved up to almost 20,000, and now we're 3,000, 3,500 level back. So if you look at the peak and now the low, we are massively lower. But if you cut that out, this 1 year, then we're still above, or this 2 years, we are still above 300% up. That's still my best investment I ever did. So I don't know. It's a long term. It's a new asset class. It's a long term investment in such a risky asset. You are not going in for short term. You need to have the patience to stay in there for a little bit longer. It's the same with private equity, right? So I believe we are flattening out now. Do you know the Gartner hype cycle? So there you have this hype and boom, the bust, and now we're going through this valley of tears, where a lot of people will lose the trust in it. They will say, "Oh, it's gone. It was just a bubble." But now things can start, and we see a lot of projects still working on it. And you see the banks moving in. And there's so much going on in that space that we now slowly but steadily see that the things are rising and moving forwards. Adoption with the people, on the tech side, we see a lot of progress on the protocol level, and that's really amazing.
You mentioned there like there's a lot of projects and stuff coming up, and Bitcoin as well. Do you think maybe the Bitcoin will be the one, or these new projects will come through and surprise us?
No, I think we will not have only one cryptocurrency. I believe you will have kind of a gold standard. Probably, I personally believe Bitcoin can be such a gold standard, the digital gold. But we will see a lot of other protocols coming up for securities, for bond issuance, for in certain regions they will have their own blockchains with consortia. There will be private blockchains, public blockchains, etc. I doubt that we will only have one blockchain, but no doubt that we will see still a rise of Bitcoin again, or the cryptocurrencies, because like in Switzerland we don't have a problem with our currency. We have a stable and professional central bank, but there are many other countries where they have troubles. Look at Venezuela. I mean, 1 million% or even more percent volatility. That's massive. And then you're not talking about losing 50% of your valuation. It's more about losing much more. So those people are used to buy gold or US dollars. And now, especially the younger generation, it's a thing about the next generation. That's what, when we talk to the banks as well, it's not the older ones who are interested in it. Maybe some tech savvy. But most of the younger generation, the next generation, is interested in that. And they want to understand from their banks and from the ecosystem, how does it work?